Ladies and gentlemen, Overlord is getting a revive with 3 whole new units. That's right, we are getting Momon, Demiurge, and Evileye. They revealed a bunch of stuff, so let's just jump right into it. Momon has a 6-star physical, 5-star defense, and 4-star defense and support. His skill is able to increase his own arch by 40. His normal arch is, for 40 seconds, increase his own and right allies' crit rate by 100%. And his true arch says, for 25 seconds, increases all allies' physical damage by 150% and accuracy by 50%. As for his super arch, for 15 seconds, decrease enemies' dark res by the number of allied demon units, and that is a max of 200%. As for his passives, he has 80% curse and blind res, which is pretty good, and his own unique passives is that when he is above 80% or more HP, he increases his own damage and his allies' damage to the right by 250%. This unit's gonna do really well with Diablo. These two have like crazy synergy. His 5-star defense and 4-star defense are actually very solid as well, so it's going to be very good in sustain. And swapping the 4-star defense for a support slot isn't bad at all. Demiurge is the next unit. He has a 6-star magic, 5-star physical, and 4-star heal and support. For his skill, for 8 seconds, he's able to increase his own arch by 5 per second, and his normal arch, for 30 seconds, he reduces enemies' magic res by 50%. His true arch is, for 30 seconds, he increases all allies' status effects except feint by 100%, and all allies gain a damage barrier that negates 10,000 damage. His super arch reads, if it's used when his own HP is 80% or more, he increases his own arch by 100, and for 80 seconds, increases all allies' fire damage by 50%. This is stackable. As for his passives, when he's unaffected by status ailments, he increases his own damage by 80%, and equipment CT speed by 20%, and increases his own heal amount by 30%, and increases damage to human enemies by 50%. I'm not sure how I feel about the unit just yet, but I'm not sure why they would give another unit in this crossover a barrier when we already have Albedo. I say this because I'm pretty sure their barriers are not going to stack at all. I could be wrong though, but just don't know how to feel about this unit just yet. As for the final new unit, we have Evileye, which has a 6-star magic, 5-star support, and 4-star magic and defense. For her skill, she's able to increase her own arch by 20, and if she's unaffected by status ailment, she increases her own arch by 40 instead. As for her normal arch, for 25 seconds, she increases all allies' damage res by 20%, and for Earth allies, they gain a damage res of 40% instead. As for her true arch, for 60 seconds, she increases her own attack by 150%, and she gains a flinch res, which is pretty cool. Her super arch is, for 20 seconds, she increases all allies' arch by 6 per second and magic damage by 200%. As for her passive, she has 80% to seize res up, and she increases her own damage to beast by 50%. And when she is the leader, which is unique to her, for 100 seconds, she increases Earth allies damage by 100%. Not a bad unit. I think this is the first Ascended unit that's able to give arts to everybody on their super art. I could be wrong, but I think it is. I wish that her 4-star defense slot was already in the base instead of having to LB7 her, but you know, it is what it is. I'm not entirely too sure if her art gen is going to stack with Ainz, but I think she probably might be the same type as him. They will all, of course, have alternate arts as well. So this is Momon, which is pretty cool. Demiurge looks really sick. And I like Evileye. She looks very cute here. So, you know, yeah, look forward to getting those if you're playing JP. But ladies and gentlemen, that ain't even the half of it, because the old units are getting buffs. Let's start off with the boy Ainz. Ainz will be getting a modifier to his damage on both True Arch and Super Arch, and he's going to be gaining a brand new True Weapon, which is kind of cool. Basically, it reads that for 10 seconds, he increases his own magic damage and dark damage by 50%, and when it's equipped by Ainz, he increases his own arch by 100 at the start of the quest, and increases his own magic res by 5%. Nothing too crazy. I wish they did, you know, do a little bit of buffing on his, like, art gen or whatever. Next up is Narberal. She got a modifier to her True Arch, and her Super Arch now lasts 12 seconds instead of 10 seconds, and she also got a True Weapon as well. It increases the crit damage of the user by 50%, and if they're dark, they get 100% instead. And when it's equipped by her, it increases her own arch by 100 at the start of the quest, and increases her own attack by 5%. Nothing too crazy, but I do wish they kind of did let her have a little bit of more damage mitigation. Shalltear is the next one with us, and of course she got a modifier to her damage, and for her super arch, instead of 80 seconds, you're now able to have your clone for 120 seconds and increasing your own arts by 5 per second, which is actually extremely solid. And of course, another true weapon for 10 seconds that reduces enemies light res by 30%, and if the user is a demon, it reduces it by 50% instead. And then when it's equipped by Shalltear, it increases her arts by 2 per second, and when near death, it heals 1% of own damage dealt. And for the last unit, Narberal, she also got a damage boost to her modifier, and it says now that she's able to reduce enemies magic res by 120% instead of 100%, which is very neat. She also got a true weapon as well, which increases all allies magic damage by 30% and arts by 3 per second, which is pretty solid. And when it's equipped by Narberal, she increases own arts by 2 and increases own attack by 5%. Yeah, let's talk about it. I feel like they should have done a little bit more, especially since this is the first Ascended crossover, I do believe. Yeah, I think it is. But yeah, the only ones that came out as winners I see is Narberal and Shalltear. Albedo really got hoed, especially since the crossover had started last year because, well, after, you know, Overlord had gone away, we got Fate and she got power crept by Emiya. But I really wish they gave her a little bit more, you know. But that's not all though. We're going to be getting a guaranteed crossover unit ticket. So you're going to be able to get anybody from the first part for free. So that is something to actually look forward to. There will also be brand new equipment coming with the collaboration as well. We don't know what any of it does just yet, but here it is if you wanted to see the pictures. But yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes right down to it. I'm very excited for a revival of this crossover. Kind of needed it. But yeah, just let me know what you all think. Comment, like, sub if you're brand new to the channel, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.